Greetings and salutations, I'm Kev. Welcome back to this Let's Play of Sid Meier's Colonization, and I apologize for ending the last episode on mathematics. And we're gonna start this episode with the same thing, because I just couldn't leave well enough alone. I had to go and try to math this out, try to get some insight into how much more efficient farming is than, say, buying colonists, which I've been focusing on. Well, let's do a quick example here. I'm gonna try, at least gonna try. Receive here. Currently have a food surplus of 38. Slightly less than it should be because we haven't gotten the last fisherman there, but that's fine. I'm mostly gonna focus on the land squares here. And these 3 squares in total produce, let's see, 10, 20, 32 food, right? Okay, so let's mark that down. 32 food. I have a spreadsheet, so let's see here. Okay, 32 food will produce an average colonist, about colonist per turn, so to speak, in terms of food, of 0.16. Okay, with me so far. If I instead were to turn these into master cotton planters, all of them, that would be twice the yield of this guy, of course. 12 there, 12 there, 10 on the prairie. So that's going to be 32? No, 30, oh my goodness, mathematics. 34 units of cotton. And provided I can also have 3 textile workers on the weaver's house there and a textile mill, that's gonna be a total. Well, it is just a weaver's house or if it's a regular building, that's gonna be 34 units of cloth, which is currently worth 8 gold per unit. And then we have to deduct the current tax rate, which is 66%, and then we have to divide the sum we get from that. Divide 600 on the sum, the sum we get there based on 600. Let's see, that's going to be mathematics here. Yeah, that's going to be 34 gold. Oh, sorry. My goodness. Yeah, okay. We're going to produce 34 units of cotton if we replace them, or 34 units of cloth rather. Right, and we times 8 gold per cloth piece. Then we have to subtract the tax rate, which is 66%, which leaves us around 32 goldish, I think. And that divided by 600 will give us an average colonist per turn on average return for about 1.54. So yeah, from food we get 0.16, from gold we get 0.154. Yeah. So it would be better. And of course, at that point you have to realize that we're producing 6 colonists and infrastructure rather than just 3 farmers, right? So there is that problem too. And those 3 colonists eat 6 food in and of themselves, which is just as bad. Of course, if you have a textile mill, it changes a little bit, because then it's at a factory level. That's going to increase the yield, or should at least increase the yield, let's see, to about 0.23 colonists per turn, which means it's more efficient than farming. And that has 2 caveats, of course. Again, you have to do the infrastructure. You're going to have 3 colonists that eat 6 food per turn, extra. And of course, that also depends on the current goods price. It can't get any lower though, so that's fine. And it also takes into consideration the current tax rate. The tax rate will cap out at 75%. So, let's do some assumptions here. The best case scenarios, or rather the ultimate scenarios. The ultimate scenario for farming on those 3 squares right here, that's going to be 28 food, which is going to result in an ultimate turnover of 0.16 colonists per turn. Right? That's fairly standard, because we can't increase the food yield anymore. We already have the full rebel sentiment bonus, and we can't improve the base squares anymore. So that's okay. Whereas if we were to switch these over to cash crops and process it with a textile mill, and at the ultimate tax rate of 75%, because that's where it's going to cap eventually, then we'd get a turnover of, let's see, Yeah. Because of the factory, we're gonna get 1.5 the production of the cotton. We produce 34 units of cotton. 1.5 times that is about 51, I think. And multiply that through all the whole mess with 75% tax rate would result in an ultimate colonist per turn return of 0.17, which is less efficient than farming. And if at that point I have not taken into consideration that these guys need eat an extra 6 food, right? So it's even less efficient. However, that applies to these particular squares, right? Prairie. And that's because right now the price of cloth is pretty bad. Now if we were instead to produce rum, right? What's the difference then? Well, I don't really have any ready to test that as efficiently, I suppose. Flat production will be 12 of that. I don't have a farm already on a... Let's see, what's the farm yield on a sugar square with all the bonuses? You can test that here at least. I think it's 11. Ah, come on. Yeah, okay. So with the full rebel sentiment and the farming and all that, Savannah is going to produce 11 food. And if I use 2 people instead, we can produce sugar. 12 units there, 12 units of rum, and that's going to end up being... So, 11 units of food versus 12 units of rum, right? At the price of 15. Let's see here. The food will for that one square will yield an average colonist per turn of 0.055, so that's 1 colonist every 19 turns or so. Whereas the rum, provided a 75% tax rate, which is the maximum, provided we get a rum distillery or a rum factory, so we get an extra bonus. Actually, let's start without the bonus, just as it is right now, right? So now we produce 12 rum. And let's assume that the tax rate is 75%, which is the very little cap. At the current price of rum, which is 15, we gain a colonist per turn of 0.075, which is better. So in this case, right here, with the price of rum as high as it is, it's still better to sell the rum and buy ore miners. Ultimately, though, of course, the price of rum will plummet. We know this. That's why I used the textiles first, because textiles are going to bottom out at about 8. So, where's the break even? And by that I mean the price in the price of the raw goods, right? Because that's going to be the break even we're going to find. So, let's drop the price of rum a bit here. Let's see. See if I can get my spreadsheet to cooperate. Let's see, 11. Yeah, okay, there it is. That's the break even. When a good in Europe costs, or won't pay more than 11 gold, provided a tax income of tax rate of 75%, that's the break even. At that point, it becomes equally profitable in terms of colonists per turn to farm versus generating the gold. Again, that example isn't quite accurate because you are using 2 colonists instead of 1 colonist. I haven't deducted the food cost of the extra guy. And of course you also have the cost in infrastructure and the cost of training them. So yeah, farming is basically your best option, especially in the late game when your tax rate is high. Before the tax rate goes very high, it might be better off to do this. And let's just assume that for a second. Let's assume that the tax rate is still lovely, oh, I don't know, 30%? 30% tax rate with, say, the current price of the goods, 15. That will yield a colonist per turn of 0.21, which is quite awesome. So, yeah. And that would be 4 times that of the food. So, if you can generate... yeah, so basically in the early game, it is probably better to try to go for money making and buying the colonists. But as the tax rate goes up, you want to farm instead, if you want people. And again, you have to consider that This will require a lot of training and a lot of infrastructure, which are all fairly short, so in short supply at the early game. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go and try to think this up out a bit, but yeah. Bottom line is farming is quite efficient at generating colonists compared to buying them. And there's the other thing too. If you farm, you free up 6 food per colonist, per colony, if you have the 3 square example I've had up in the Civ here. Because you would have to would need to double up every square. Instead of using just one farmer, you need not only the cash crop planter, but also the refiner. So, and that extra food you can instead use on, say, a preacher, which would generate crosses, which would generate more colonists, depending on how many crosses you've already generated. So yeah, farming is probably better if you want to generate colonists fast, at least in endgame. In the early game you will probably be better off, as long as the tax rate is low, you'll be better off doing the cash route. If you're still with me, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my small moment of madness. I should probably have presented the spreadsheet here as well. But if my mathematics holds up, there's a break-even point at around 11 gold in the cash crop cost, provided you have the ultimate tax rate. We aren't there yet, so we still have a ways to go until we get 75% tax rate. That's the worst case scenario, and where you will inevitably end up once you start producing enough of these goods. But of course the price will plummet down to 8, which means it's not going to be worth it. You only get making 2 gold per unit, right? Since 3/4 of it will go to the king. Yeah. Okay, onwards with the game. Sorry about all that. But I just wanted to try to math out this, and yes, it is pretty much more efficient than what we're doing right now. Rather than try to start converting all these guys into textile workers, I think it's going to be better to just keep them as farmers and train some preachers instead in our universities and add them. That's going to generate more colonists than by the purchase route that we're currently following. Okay. Of course, we do have some goods that are incredibly valuable, like muskets. I do wonder, since these 3 goods are basically hard-coded to go up in price, and like the rest of the goods, it might be worth more to beeline for a musket industry compared to everything else. The downside is, of course, that the musket industry requires 3 steps instead of just 2, because you need to refine the ore into tools, and then the tools into muskets. So that's going to be 3 people working the same line, rather than say 2 people for working into rum and these goods. Or you could just go and sell horses. Well, they're not going to rise as high in price, I think, but yeah. Possibilities. There are quite a few of them. Okay, let's get on with the game. The mathematics made my head hurt. And probably bored you to tears. Sorry about that, but I had to try to make some reasoning there for why we were gonna go with... Probably gonna go with food in all these colonies instead of goods. Probably. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna make money out of the money colonists eventually anyway. But... because money is versatile. And we are still generating quite a lot of money, so... ooh, carpenter. Do we need that extra carpenter? I don't know. We're just gonna get the warm bodies that we can afford. We're gonna become preachers. Most likely. Yeah, get the schoolhouse. We need to really get these guys to farmers, because farming is very efficient. I finally discovered that after how many years? Okay, 23 years, and I finally might learn something. Right. We're gonna go with the blacksmith shop first, then into a fort. I don't think we're gonna go before the English. I think we just want to generate more and more and more and more colonists. You know what? I'm not gonna train you into a carpenter, since we have one of the docks in Europe, right? We're training one more anyway. Let's just let's get through all this. I'm gonna figure out what to do there. Let's say finish the college. You're not gonna be attacked, so you don't need a fort. You probably don't need a factory of any sort. But we are gonna need preachers here, so go for the cathedral first. And we're training another carpenter. Okay. Another carpenter, another farmer. Off you go. And off you go. And I don't think I want to train you into this. I want to train you into a tobacco planter because we need an extra one. Yeah, we want tobacco planters. The tobacco. What do they call again? Maker. Tobacconist. There we go. Need one tobacconist compared to the number of yeah, planters. Oh, another blacksmith. That's useful. But which of you trained him? Ugh. Well, one of you has got to leave. Okay, so let's see here. And we were checking the number of carpenters, right? We have 26. We're gonna have 26 colonies. So we're good on carpenters right now. We do need one more lumberjack. Yeah, and one more lumberjack, not two, because this guy, well, this settlement won't need lumberjacks. It will need carpenters though, and we'll also need lumber. I'm gonna have to ferry in lumber there. Right. You can load up on the tools because this colony will not need those tools for quite a while. Whereas, no, you're producing tools actually. Blissingen is not, so up to Blissingen with you. You're gonna wait. You were here to distribute tools and pick up some cotton. Oh, to have an extra road here. Oh well. And you're just heading back. Oh, we can't reach that privateer, I think. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares in between, and then it's gonna slow us down. Which will probably mean I'm gonna have like 2/3 movement left or something. We're gonna hold back. Away from his reach. Time to distribute some guns. And tools and everything. Fort Nassau rather, is quite nice in that regard. Let's sail up again since we did see that privateer. Must kill privateer. Right, and you're gonna go there. Defend the future settlement. Oh, dang it. Okay, we're gonna go there. 2 frigates, you can't kill them both. Well, he usually doesn't kill them, he just maims them and sends them back. Right, Recif should have plenty of tools, right? Well, not plenty, but enough for one little pioneer. You were headed north, right? Up you go. You're gonna keep plowing down here. You're gonna farm stuff in Utrecht. 13 food, yum yum yum. I think I'm just gonna buy another lumberjack rather than train one. Okay, you're here so you can start making food. Ah, come on, you're gonna go there. And switch over to a lumber mill. Perfect. Now, where did you come from? Oh, you were sent to be educated, weren't you? Yeah, you were. So, clear your specialty. And just sit in the church for a while. Yeah, so at our current position, I think we're better off trying to make more food and basically try to generate crosses. But again, I'm not sure what happens to the crosses once we declare independence. I don't remember. My memory is faulty on that regard. Oh, you actually have an untrained farmer. Can't have that. That was a mishap. I must have sent one of the farmers out when I wasn't supposed to. Not the worst mistake I've made, but still. Yeah, I think the English are... well, let them rebel. I don't think we're gonna bother. I still wish I knew where the heck that silver miner is going. See what I mean? It's just it keeps going up and up and up and up and up. I mean, it could be exploring, but why would you explore with a silver miner like that? On the bright side, at least we have had a very good time of not having the Europeans park at our colonies. That's actually the first game where that has never happened. First game where they've never settled soldiers near any of my colonies. They haven't, not one, which I'm quite content with. Let's build the dock. We need it. Now we are generating Indian alarm up there in the north, in a few places that we don't have, well, a mission, but I think that's going to be fine. We got the dock, right? Yeah, so you can start fishing. Go for the printing press. Yeah, that seems the right choice. And the schoolhouse. So we can finally start educating these guys into peasants. That's going to be new. Perfect. Definitely the printing press next. Right, we need more farmers. Yes, we do. What do we need here then? Inland, so we don't need the fort. Can't produce tools. And let's go with the warehouse expansion for now. Which New Holland just finished. You definitely need the church. For our new plan, at the very least, we need the church. Yeah, toss tools here, that's gonna be fine. And you need to drain some of the other colonies of items. Saying the statues, that's gonna be the goal. Go there. You have goods, and you actually need to dump off somewhere. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, you can't reach New Amsterdam, can you? No, you can't. I'm guessing we'll have a custom house soon, but... yeah, let's do that. We need to distribute those tools on guns and everything, so... okay, our goods aboard. Let's attack. The muskets, definitely. The sad thing is that I think silver is worth about the same thing as trade goods in Europe right now. I'm gonna go with the trade goods because you can at least... ooh, we sank a ship, wow. We can at least trade that with the natives, and it would be nice to trade a little bit again. You're gonna need the tools next turn, aren't you? So I can't take all that. know what? You're gonna carry one of those, and you're gonna carry one of the units of lumber, of all things. So I can bring that lumber up to that other colony. Dang it, you're not gonna be able to catch... Oh, actually, maybe you are. Wait, what? Okay, so because they have another ship on the same square, we can't attack. Interesting, so I can actually protect my privateers that way then. Yeah, so if I place my privateer beneath my frigate, they can't attack my privateer. Is that what I just saw? I think that's the case. That's kind of exploitish, if it's the case, though it might also trigger the AI into declaring war on you for all I know, in which case it's not good at all. Yeah, I mean, and it will also know, I think that also tells the AI that, yes, this guy does indeed have privateers in the area. So I don't know. I have been wasting a lot of money, I admit that, since I haven't bothered with transporting all these goods to the sea and all of that fun stuff. Yeah, right, education down here. I don't think... Did we need... Yeah, we need one more lumberjack, but we're gonna hire that one instead. We're gonna train this guy into a farmer, I think. That's probably what we're gonna need the more of. And the carpenter, he's gonna go... Not the tuppence, they were probably okay. I think Harlem already has one. Not sure. Okay, go to Harlem for now. I'll figure out where the heck to send you later. Oh right, that's true. We were waiting for one of the carpenters at the docks, so... Yeah. That's where the last one is. You can definitely go to Tuppence. They need a farmer. Utrecht has a carpenter, right? Yeah. Did I miscalculate then? You have a carpenter. Sending one to Harlem. A Hoboken, of course. Hoboken, New Jersey. I completely forgot about you. Go to Hoboken. And YouTube, actually. We need food up there. I think I had another farmer on the route there, but that's fine. As for the blacksmith, we need to produce tools in Tuppence and elsewhere. Yeah, go to Tuppence for now. And you are gonna improve terrain. Oh yeah, by the way, road right now. Roads near Paraiba. I only have 3 of them, don't I? 3 pioneers. One down there, one here. One... There he is, okay. Yeah, 3 pioneers. And quite a lot of land to improve. Maybe I should hire another one. They are frightfully expensive, but... And I could of course get more missionaries and calm the last few Indian villages up there. I don't think I want to though. Because that will mean more Indian converts. Well, worth a point I suppose, but... They'll also take up a spot in the colony. Which could have been contained by a farmer, which is worth 4 points. There's definitely something aboard that privateer since they're running away. And he's unfortunately escorting it with galleons, so I can't really do anything about it. And you are right here. You know what? Let's train another pioneer. In addition to an ore miner. I don't think training people will increase the cost in terms of crosses for the other recruits. I don't think it does. Although if it does, that's going to change my mathematics quite a bit. Okay, there's Revere. That's our final choice. Schoolhouse in Aruba. You have no one to train though. Which is strange, but we're gonna get people to train here soon enough. Printing press into a newspaper and then a fort here. I think. I suppose we could go for the blacksmith shop too in between there. You, on the other hand, will need the schoolhouse. We're not gonna beat the English, so fine. We're gonna go with the schoolhouse. We're gonna take our time. This is gonna be a very long game. Right, that's that. Tobacconist shop, we are gonna need that. Start refining these goods that we're making. You're gonna need a cotton planter team too, maybe. Maybe. I probably will do it anyway, add cotton planters and stuff, because ego. But again, efficiency dictates that you go with farmers if you want score. And we're gonna sell everything excess there. All the goods. What are we gonna build here? I think we're gonna go with the cathedral. Gonna offload this. Load up some guns. Nothing else. Let's see. What was I thinking about? Yeah, right. We wanted to go the... I completely forgotten about that. The new colonies we've made. We want to dismount our soldiers so that they generate 2 pairs of horses. We generated a preacher here. Keep educating preachers. We're gonna go cross-heavy now. Gonna go all cross-eyed. And we're gonna just ferry the muskets out of here. And the people in. And you were right, you were gonna bring guns and tools way up there. Now where is that privateer? Probably hiding under the other ships. Pesky, pesky ship. Pesky privateer. Okay, final colony. I think. The colony of good God in heaven. Renneslaersvik. Oh. Renselarsvik. Oh, good Lord in heaven. If you live there, good for you. Oh my. Renselarsvik. Yeah, something like that. At least it isn't that Welsh town with, what, 34 letters or something. Landfair, the whole, yeah, like... Landfair something, something, something. Okay, we're gonna do some chopping here. Chop, chop, chop. There we go. Basic colony of Utrecht is up and running. Maybe I should train a missionary, just to make sure that they don't do anything foolish. Of course, I bet the Sioux aren't exactly happy about us. Given that we kind of... well, we weren't nice. You know what, heck with it. You're gonna be a missionary. You guys are gonna train somewhere. You can't be trained here. We're kind of full. Nassau has room for 1. So you go there. Curacao should have room for 2. And a free college, so go down there. Recife should also have room. Yeah, you go to Recif. Now I just have to go to these towns and clear all the specialties and all that fun stuff. I suppose we'll fix Bonaire first. Didn't plow this one. That has to be fixed. New Holland has a new recruit here. You are going to be trained into the fine art of... Tempted to say farming. You know what? Become a fisherman. And then we have all the other guys here we need to clear specialties of. That was in Fort Nassau. One dude there. Gonna upgrade you into a blacksmith. In Curacao we're gonna train another team of sugar planters, I think, because we have so little sugar planting and so little producing so... Oh, words. We are producing so little rum. And as I mathed out earlier, rum is actually still more cost efficient than food when it comes to recruiting people, so we're gonna do that. Well, I think it's more cost efficient. I didn't include the extra food, I didn't include the cost of building the buildings, and yada yada yada. Yeah. So it's probably still more efficient to do the food. At any rate. Yeah, we're gonna train you into fisherman too. No, blacksmith. Want more blacksmiths. And this is a decent tool hub. I might actually consider switching this into a tool making shed, or a musket making town. And again, making muskets is actually the most profitable thing. Except for us, because we don't really have that many places where we have lots of ore. If it'd been in South America, we would probably be better off. There are quite a few little hills here and there. A lot of rainforest. And of course, the Andes. Why do they do this? Why is the AI so fond of making these tiny little hamlets that never goes anywhere? It bugs me that they don't concentrate their population. They scatter it all over across the winds. Oh, we're even generating alarm out there with the Arawak. They can't touch us though, so that's fine. At least right now they can't touch us. Oh, and I think I've been ranting for too long. I think I need to take a break here. Thank you for watching.